Hello and welcome back to the 2020 Divinity Original Sin 2 guide slash walkthrough. We are on episode 14? Started to lose track. I think we're on episode 14. So we left off, we killed some skeletons, we did that by opening some soul jars, and then we took out the skeletons that came, yeah. We also found some cursed pants, part of a cursed armor set that we're going to be getting throughout the rest of Act 1. Now if you come over here in this area, we got our next little encounter here. We got two Magisters. They're the ones that Dolores told you about. He's the guy we saved from the Houndmaster, only to brutally murder him for XP shortly after. So these guys are kinda helping get people out, but they're really strict with like their rules and stuff. But I don't know. They're weird. They're like they're trying to help, but not very hard. I don't know. Anyway, when you come to engage them, little kid Han, there he is right there. Han runs away. Han sticks with you for basically the whole rest of the game, but it's not a very major character. So we're gonna just take these guys out. Unfortunately, again, cannot sucker punch her to knock her down. So we're gonna have Beast go invisible back here so that they can't attack Beast. They have to use some kind of movement to get to us. Or she can throw her shield. That'll do it too. Alright, now this guy has quite a lot of magic armor. So, do we have any magic arrows that we could hit him with? We have two poison arrows here. Let's shoot those right about there. One, alright. And then we've got a few fire arrows. We're gonna shoot one of those right there. Alright, now that didn't get rid of all his magic armor, but now he's in fire. He's not gonna be too thrilled about that. And we got an oil barrel back. Oh, we can't hit the oil barrel. Alright, well, what if we breathe fire on that oil barrel? Well, here's what's gonna happen if we do that. That is close enough. We can light it on fire with our Dragon's Blaze attack. That oil will bust open. It's going to let oil fly out everywhere. It's going to hit them, but it's probably also going to hit Beast. And this guy can just walk over, hit Beast. He'll become not invisible anymore. And Beast is our squishiest character, so I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to elemental arrowheads on this blood, deal some extra physical damage next turn when Red Prince goes to attack. Now, they can chuck their shields at me all day. I really don't care, because they can't crowd control me with that. So, it's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. No issue. Alright, so they're down to 36 and 13 magic armor. So, we're going to do this old trick where we make them wet and give Mumbo elemental affinity at the same time. Very efficient use of rain there. Unfortunately, that rain will make Beast invisible, but the plan is that these guys will be crowd controlled before that matters any. So we got our Icy Blast right there. It's enough to freeze Magister Goa, but Magister Karen is not. Does she have water resistance? No, she doesn't. Alright, well, that was odd. I thought that would freeze them both. No big deal. There we go. Now she is frozen. And then, well, we're going to have Pyramus give Beast a bit extra action points there. We're going to have him use Peace of Mind on the Red Prince. Want him dealing a little bit more damage, a little bit more chance of getting that crit. And then we're just going to hit these guys right there. Alright. Alright, so we're going to ricochet over there, and it'll take down her her physical armor. He still has quite a bit of physical armor, though, so we're going to hit her, because there's no physical armor there. Which also means she's a prime target for Beast to attack. There we go. Now, Beast has a move called Flurry. Anybody who's dual wielding gets Flurry. That's going to do 7 to 8 damage per attack. And he attacks 3 times with Flurry. So that's going to do 21 to 24. And she's only got 37. So with critical hits from Backstab, that might be enough to kill her. Oh, 6 HP left. Alright, not a big deal. Alright, since they are close enough, we can hit them both with that. That'll get rid of that Magister. And then this one, we're going to hit him with that and freeze him. And then big finale. Ooh, actually, if I do that, yeah, we can fireball this guy. Why not? Oh, okay, that wasn't enough to kill him. Well, we'll zap him with that. And because he was standing on water, the water got electrified. He got shocked. It stunned him. Great little wombo combo. I'm just going to skip Red Prince's turn. He doesn't deal any magic damage, so he's not going to be able to do a whole lot to him. Same thing with Beast. Can I petrify him from this distance? No. Is he going to slip on that? Yeah, he's going to slip on that ice. Of course he will. Alright, well, no big deal. This guy's got pretty low health. Just wand him down. And one more will do it. Alright. Very low risk encounter there. And again, if you know that is going to be an encounter ahead of time, you can keep your guys up here, shoot from a longer distance, get that high ground bonus. Alright, now over here we got, ooh, it's a gold outline, unique item. We got Magister Karen's Shield. This gives +1 Lucky Charm. Interesting. Now, unfortunately, our Lucky Charm person is Red Prince, so can't really give him that. But Pyramus still has that shield from the boat. So his physical armor, magic armor, he's at 2417. If we give him that shield, it is still a level 4 shield. His armor's going to go up quite a bit. So now we got 42 and 27. So that's a lot better for his armor. While we're looking at our inventory here, we're also going to give him this Amber Ring. Gives +1 Arrow Surge and a little bit of magic armor, which is always good. And then he has no belt, so we're just going to give him that belt. Alright, get that all sorted out. Now, this armor does give +1 to Hydrosophist, so that would be good for Mumbo, but it requires 11 strength, and Mumbo doesn't have 11 strength, so that's unfortunately not a very useful piece of armor there. Alright, that looks good. You can go ahead and loot this area. Now that I know how to edit, I'm going to edit out the looting. Alright, so we just looted some of the stuff over there, edited that out to save some time. Now, over here, we got a bunch of these silent monks. This is what happens when the Divine Order, the Magisters, when they purge, or when they cure you of your source, turns into these, like, soulless husks, alright? Now, these guys, they're 0 quality of life. We're going to do the right thing and just put them out of their misery, alright? So the way we're going to do that is we're going to kill them 2 at a time, because they only attack when you attack them. So we're just going to start teleporting them on top of each other here, alright? So we're just going to go right like that, and then hit an impalement if we can. Not quite enough time to hit him with impalement. That's alright. Alright, so this one's going first. We're going to backlash onto that one. Now, these guys have a pretty good chance to dodge, which is going to be a bit of an issue for Beast and Red Prince. Anybody using magic, though, aside from your wand or staff attacks, they shouldn't be able to dodge your magic. So that won't be as big of an issue. Since they can dodge, we're going to use teleport, actually, as part of our damage dealing method, because they can't dodge that, and it'll deal damage to both of them, so it's pretty efficient for fighting these guys. Alright. And they have a variety of powers. Sometimes they'll hasten themselves, sometimes they'll use powers you can't even get yet. Burning Blaze is a power you can't get at all. It's a NPC specific power in this game. Now, if you impale them, alright, if they're slowed or crippled, that actually makes it much easier to hit them with physical attacks. So if they're crippled, they will lose 100%. Oh no, it's only 30% dodge? I thought it was 100%. Well, if they're crippled, they lose some dodge, and if they're slowed, they also lose some dodge. So it makes it way easier to handle them with physical damage. Alright, we'll do that. And that guy's way closer to dying. We're going to get him with that. Now, Beast could hit this guy, kill him, but he's got 2 HP left and he's on fire. So he's just going to burn on his turn. So we're going to have Beast hop right up over here. Now, this Silent Monk has no armor at all. So I'm going to come over here, and we're just going to, yeah, we're going to Petrify her, because Petrify does actually reduce her dodging by 100%. They're completely immobile husk, so why would they be able to dodge, right? So we're going to have Red Prince now with a 100% chance to hit. Sky Shot there, normal attack there, and that'll do it. If you took any damage, if you set yourself on fire, make sure you heal up, and we're just going to clear out the silent monks in this area. I'm going to edit that out because it's all going to look a lot like that. It's pretty low risk, so I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, we have just finished up taking out all of the silent monks in this area here. Alright, didn't take too long, a few minutes. For the most part, we took them down 2 at a time. Now, when you finish that up, you're going to have this little section here. Alright, this is where we fought the 2 Magisters. Come right over here, up these stairs, into this side room. Alright, it's also the room right next to where we found Emmy. In this room, you're going to find a jar of mind maggots over here. You're going to want to grab those. And you know what? Grab these bloody chain gloves. They're decent armor for this level. We're going to give those to... Ooh, actually, we're not going to give those to anybody. While I was taking care of those guys, there's some vases and coffins over there, and I got a lucky charm proc and got magical leather gloves. Put those on beasts. These gloves here are actually worse than that, so we're just going to sell those. In case you wonder why Beast has telekinesis later, it's because I found some gloves. Alright, so we're going to come over here, and this is the next, we'll call him a mini-boss of the Fort Joy people. There's the Houndmaster. This guy over here, Niles the Flenser, and then there's a High Judge Oravand, whose spare mace we found. I consider them to be the 3 mini-bosses of Fort Joy. Alright, it's not so much that they're super powerful, but they have a decent-sized group with them, and their encounter as a whole, they can all be kind of difficult. So this one, like I said, I am going to start using a little bit more advanced tactics from here on out. Ooh, those are both going to need to be identified, and I don't have an identifying glass. Alright. So we'll check out those later. So as far as the advanced tactics go, come over here. Whenever you see something that looks like it's going to be a fight, like if you see a Magister over here, and you see a bunch of meat golems in cages, and you see some silent monks spread out in the area, those are a lot of what we like to call in the business red flags. That tells you there's going to be combat coming up here. So you want to try and make combat easy, right? You don't want to die. So we got Silent Monk over there. You can't see it right now. We're not close enough. There's a Silent Monk over there. And there's 3 meat golems in cages. Now, meat golem just sounds like something you don't want to deal with. So we're going to come over here. We see this one. This Silent Monk is kind of off to the side a little bit, kind of farther away from the rest of them. We're going to see if we can just pick that one off right from the get-go. Make this a little bit less scattered, chaotic combat. Alright, so let's get Red Prince right over here. Use those teleportation gloves. Let's just get her way over here, right? Boom. Nobody else even noticed that. It is just us and that Silent Monk in this combat right now. And it looks like we don't even need the initiative for the next turn. I'm going to take her out right there. Now, that right there also gave us some information. She blew up when she died. Like, my crossbow does nothing that would cause fire to happen for that oil to blow up. So that means that when these guys die, they're going to blow up. So now we know that, or at least we can infer that they're going to all blow up when we kill those silent monks. Maybe the meat golems too, but we have a pretty good hunch those silent monks are going to blow up when we kill them. Now, before doing this, I'm going to do some more advanced tactics here. So, Niles here, alright, he's not currently hostile towards us. He's got a speech bubble, so that means we can just kind of walk up to him. And he's going to start a dialogue with whatever character we walk up to him with. So, I'm going to pick somebody who doesn't have a lot of buffing skills. Alright, now Mumbo's the only one with Encourage, so I don't want to use him. Beast, I don't want to use him because after we get into conversation with Niles, I want to see if I can steal anything from him. Now, Red Prince, though, all he's got is Peace of Mind as a buff, and Pyramus already has that covered. So, we're going to take Red Prince, have him go up here, separate him to make sure. I'm going to have him go up here, and he's going to start conversation with Niles. Now, once you get to a certain point, Niles will come over and talk to you himself. Now, we're going to re-chain him up. So now, while Red Prince is in combat, or in, not combat, in dialogue, you can buff him up, and they'll stay on the whole conversation. They're not going to decrease their timer at all, which is pretty good. Now, we want to make sure there are some dialogues where you'll buff the other person who's not in your party. As of Definitive Edition, it's not all the time. They did make it a little bit better, but they also kind of made it worse, because now it's hard to tell who will and won't get that encourage buff. Sometimes they'll get it with the green highlight, sometimes they won't. So we're going to encourage Red Prince right there. And we're going to get just far enough away where it doesn't hit Niles. Alright. Now we're going to have Beast come right over here behind Niles. And just like normal stealing, we're going to see what we can get from him. Ooh, we've got a unique item. The Face Ripper says blows up your target. Procure a ripped off face that can be used for shape shifting. We're going to get into that a little bit later. I'm probably not going to use it a whole lot. You guys can if you want. If you don't like the race that you picked at the beginning of the game, this can let you change your race. Sort of temporarily, sort of permanently. Alright, and then, you know what? We're gonna take that. We're gonna take that. Definitely want this. Love Grenades, that's charmed for 2 turns. We don't, even if we don't use it on him, we don't want him to use that on us. Alright, and then, yeah, we'll leave it at that. Alright, now we see that we've got a monk over there, we've got a silent monk over there, we've got Niles here, and then we've got those 3 meat golems. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the team a little bit. We're going to have Beast stay right over there. Alright. We might actually see if we can start him off in combat hidden. Sneaking around like that. That could be useful. Monks have this weird thing. Sometimes monks have a cone of vision. Sometimes they don't. I'm not sure how the ones go in this encounter. If they see us, oh well. If they don't see us, even better. And then we're just going to have Mumbo come kind of over here. And Pyramus over here. We want Pyramus... Actually, we're going to have Pyramus be over here. Mumbo a little bit more this... Whoop. Mumbo a little bit more this way. Because we want Pyramus to be able to teleport people down here, because this Silent Monk has to get to us. So they're probably going to come around that way, or around that way, or around this whole way here. So we want him to be able to teleport people that are in this general area. Oh, it was better off over here. That'll work. That's good enough. We also want him to be in range to attack Niles, the Flenser, still. So I'm going to save right there, and we're going to start this combat right at the beginning of the next video. And one thing that I purposely did here, just to make this combat a little easier, if you guys have been following along, because this can be a bit difficult. We got rid of the Silent Monk over here, made it easier, and also, we are very close to leveling up. That part I did on purpose. We could have already leveled up, but when you level up, it brings you up to full health. Doesn't bring you up to full armor, but it brings you up to full health. So if we have that happen mid-combat, like maybe our first or second kill levels us up, that'll be very helpful.